All right, thank you for staying with us. We begin with this cheering news. We're at 137 of the 287 school children abducted from Kuriga in Chikum local government area of Kaduna State have been rescued. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, confirmed that the victims were rescued in Zamfara State and will be handed over to the Kaduna State Government. Luper Asom has details.
These parents endured 17 days of uncertainty and fear. Finally, they got a glimmer of hope as their kidnapped children regained freedom. Jubri Gwadabe, a parent, shared the agony he faced not knowing the fate of his daughter Aisha, who was among over 200 students abducted at a school in Kuriga on the 7th of March.
Jubilation, in fact, jubilation all over the village. Jubilation. That number I cannot tell you now. We'll wait till tomorrow. If all of them are back, if still many, some are remaining, we're going to talk to the government because we've not seen them all.
Pictures of the children later emerged, showing them looking tattered and stressed. For Jubrin and many others, each day without knowing the whereabouts of their children brought heart.
Well, President Bola Tinubu has welcomed the news of the rescue, emphasizing the importance of collaboration between the federal and state government for more positive outcomes, especially on matters of security. The president commended the National Security Advisors, security agencies, and the Kaduna State Government for the dispatch and diligence with which they handled the situation. He also assured Nigerians that his administration is deploying detailed strategies to ensure that schools in the country remain safe sanctuaries of learning. Well, joining us via Zoom is our correspondent, Luper Asom, and in the studio we have columnist Sam Omashe. Sam, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Before we come to you, let's quickly speak with Luper. Luper, we hear that these pupils will be reunited with their families this morning, although unfortunately the teacher is said to have died in captivity. Talk to us what update we have now. Have they been reunited with their parents?
Good morning. Yesterday, the students were rescued, and according to the statement by Edward Buba, the Director of Media Operations of the Nigerian Army, he said the children were being transported to Kaduna State, where they were going to be handed over to the Kaduna State Government for further actions. And we were at the government house as early as 8 a.m. yesterday, and we waited till about 5 p.m. when one of the parents told us that they were asked to go and come back today. But in the night, past 10 p.m., the students actually arrived. They were taken to the 1 Division Nigerian Army yesterday, and immediately the Kaduna State Government delegation, led by the governor himself, Governor Obatani, went to that place to interface with the students, see the students, and even hear from them. And on his social media handles, his interaction with the students, he posted it on his social media handle. And from that video, we can hear the governor talking to one of the students who was kidnapped, a girl who said she's from the SS2 class. And according to her account, she revealed that 138 individuals were kidnapped in that school, and that only 137 students were kidnapped. But she also revealed that their teacher sadly died in captivity. So, according to her account, 137 students were kidnapped from the LPU primary school and government secondary school on the 7th of March. Of course, the 287 figure that was put out there by the media was according to one of their teachers who was also kidnapped but then escaped. So according to him, he said 287 students were kidnapped, but that conflicts with what the account these students gave the governor yesterday. Of course, if you look at the video, you can see the students looking quite tattered, looking quite stressed. Some of them had bandages on their legs and head, suggesting injuries they sustained while in captivity.
Right.
What the student said, she
Right. Luper,
I can hear you, Veronica.
yes, let's quickly take the video of the representative, the comments coming from the representative of the governor, as well as that of the military. Then we'll come back to you for more on what we know with regards to the release of these children.
Come and see the rescued children of the local authority, local education authority, and government secondary school, Kuriga, both co-located in Chikum local government area of Kaduna State. The unfortunate incident that led to the abduction of these children took place on the 7th of March, 2024. And as a result of the combined efforts being coordinated from the strategic level of all the security and law enforcement agencies working together in synergy, led to the safe return of these children we are having here today. Previously, we were inundated with figures that range above 200 as being reported in some media as the figure that was being abducted. But the confirmation we got after the safe rescue and return of these children was that there were actually 137 of them that were abducted from the school, with one of their staff, Mr. Abubakar, making 138. This figure comprised of 76 of the female students and 61 of the male, who are seated right here now in front of you.
I'm happy that the children, just like my brother General Sarasu have just said, they have been very cooperative. They made it clear to the army that they were 137. Because like I told you in the media now before coming here, nobody should know them better than themselves. Strangers who have no connection with our state, who have no connection with the families, have gone to the media with figures that we... No? Bilal. Bilal.
Let him use the mic.
Kana actually know me. Yes, man.
Let him use the mic.
Lafiyan ka loko? Kana so ka je gida?
All right, Governor Obasani there, speaking with one of the victims that were rescued. That's the children rescued from their kidnappers just yesterday. Sam, you say you have a question?
Yes. Did you ever find out from the soldiers what they mean by the word rescue? Was it that they went there through a military operation, or was it a release? Because they mean different things. Did the kidnappers release, or did the military rescue? And if they rescued that, there must have been a lot of drama. If there was a rescue, how come we don't have a story about what they met there, what the timing was, whether there were shootouts and things like that?
Lupe?
Yeah, well, if you listen to Major General Mayere Sarasuti, said it was as a result of coordinated efforts at the strategic level. That's according to the account of Major General Mayere Sarasuti. He said it was as a result of coordinated efforts at strategic level. We don't understand what that means, but he said it was a combined effort of security personnel nationwide, as well as government officials. So I think the military are in the best position to explain what they mean by coordinated efforts at the strategic level. But if you also listen to, if you also read the statement put out there by Major General Edward Buba, he said it was as a result of also coordinated efforts by the military operations. So I think the military are in the best position to explain what they mean by coordinated efforts at the strategic level. But of course, the Kaduna State Government has maintained its position that what is important at the moment is that these students have been rescued or have regained their freedom. And for them, what's important now is the healing process and the process to reunite them with their families.
But then, as a follow-up to what Sam asked you a little earlier, is it that the coordinated effort, the joint effort, the strategic effort they actually launched in rescuing these children, or securing the freedom of these children, did we hear of any casualty on the side of the kidnappers or the terrorists?
This is still a developing story. This is still a developing story. So some of those details we will get to know as time goes by. But all we know is that all we've gathered for now is that these students have been rescued. We are not privy to information as to whether terrorists were killed in the process or there were negotiations. We're not privy to that information yet. And we don't know if the rescue efforts involved engaging the bandits in maybe a gun duel or in a shootout. For now, we are not privy to that information yet. All we do know is that the students have been rescued, and the military said the students have regained their freedom, but the military said they were rescued as a result of some of their coordinated efforts. So that's the information we have for now. But of course, details of this, we may get to unravel some of the details of the process that led to the rescue of these students in the coming days.
All right, Lupe, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed. We'll definitely keep tabs with you for developments coming out of Kaduna State with regards to this developing story, especially for today. We hear that perhaps today they will be reuniting these children.